美国记者终于摊牌了。
场景一，
其实越来越多的人想要这个中国绿卡，这个永久居留卡，这是好事儿，这是值得骄傲的事儿。为什么呢？因为中国越来越好，越来越多的外国人想来到中国，哪儿好人去哪儿，这很简单。所以现在中国好，全世界的人嗡嗡想进中国。第二，一个老外，他永远呢丢不了他老外身份，他老外的味道，对吧？但是时间长了，如果他认真，他可以好好学到中国话，学到中国的规矩，了解中国的历史。那样的话，他就跟我似的。但是真的就是对中国有感情，在自己心里就变成半个中国人。那样的话，中国可以很骄傲的。
场景二。
With humility, determination, and boundless confidence in America's promise that I accept your nomination for President of the United States.
场景三。
So it is consistent with the law of the sea. It's the international understanding of what innocent passage is.
The United States is not a party to the UNCLOS. Isn't that correct?
So we have conducted freedom of navigations. Yeah. So it
seems to me that you have just decided that that they're excessive because under the terms of a treaty to which you're not a party.
So they have asserted requirements for vessels transiting, and it is inconsistent with international law of the sea. The U.S. operation, our freedom of navigation challenges that as these signatories.
But you didn't. But you ignored them. Basically, this ship just barged in. Without
consistent with international
maritime law. But I mean, you didn't notify anybody.
No, we
you just went in.
Them.
But that's my question is, who decides whether a claim is excessive?
So it is the international law of the sea. It's my understanding that determines
You're not a party to the international law.
But this is a common understanding among these claimants.
Well, do they say that their own claims are excessive?
So there's 3 nations that have.
Any of them accept you're saying that their claim is excessive?
So we were operating in accordance with international maritime law.
Do any of them agree with you that their own claim?
场景四。
Situation is controlled and it's okay.
In China, it's nice. Yeah, so the current situation is very good. I think the government is doing a really good job here.
I think they were much quicker to react and to do testing. It's much better here, and tracking is much better.
I think there's no place I'd be happier right now, actually. Yeah. China handled it so well. I look at the rest of the world, I'm so thankful. I wouldn't have a job if I was at home.
Yeah,
so,
same.
Yeah.
场景五。
It's too late. It's too late to learn Chinese. It's over. No, it's true. It's true because it's also one of the hardest languages in the world. I mean, how do you learn Chinese now? Just they've got over 10,000 characters in the alphabet. You know this? 10,000 characters. We've got 26 in English, and there's still people going, "What comes after Q?" 26. This is 10,000 they've got. That's super smart. Although they must have the worst Sesame Street in the world. It must suck being a Muppet in that country. I can just see them on a Monday morning singing to the kids. 西跑冲朝西，走西，从房间冲朝西。Fight.
场景六。
Хорошее отношение к россиянам, что разрешает наш блог.
Да, это наш ближайший сосед. Как раньше мы говорили, мы великая страна, Китай был нашим братом, когда-то так говорили. Сейчас это страна, которая динамично развивается. Иногда бывает так в туристических поездках, и с каждым разом, когда мы туда прибываем, в очередной раз мы видим, что страна находится в движении, в развитии, что они живут доброжелательной группой. Поэтому Китай...
场景七。
现在想一想，应该有不少人是真的信了。大家在弹幕里评区告诉我，如果你们当时遇到乐我这么一个奇葩，你们回国之后会不会告诉你的朋友和同事？ 你知道吗？现在国外特别流行学中文，我们在德国路上遇到的当地人，直接用中文给我们指路。他们上中学就学中文了。朋友们，我确实希望我过去开的玩笑不是玩笑，但是德国和别的西方国家一样，学中文的人远远不够，太少了。这确实是影响了大家互相的交流和理解。反正乐博这一辈子都是在做中西文化交流的事情，现在可以通过这些短视频和这么多朋友就交流，这是很有意义的事情。大家喜欢乐博说一些生活里的小故事吗？留言告诉我。乐博说下期见，先可以玩一下。为什么演出的时候就不行？再来一个，1、2、3。
场景8，
特别热闹的气氛，但真的是人山人海。如果你不喜欢那种人多的地方，那我估计不会喜欢这个。但是吃的都非常好，所以我强烈推荐你来。鱼头，我在外边看了这个店烤的这个生蚝，看着特好吃。然后我也点了蟹脚面还没到。等这儿，终于都到了，还点了一些杨梅、蟹脚面。看多丰盛，哇塞，哇，太香了，太香了，太好了。那酸味儿很充足，哇，太好了。可能觉得试图来武汉不吃日干面，不吃小龙虾，怎么会啊？因为我第2站就是赤壁，赤壁的小龙虾挺好，所以我等到我在赤壁的时候我才吃日干面。我一会儿在外面点，但是先要把这个吃完。That is really good。杨梅 goodbye。这我以前看了那。
场景9。
Do you think the Russians don't know that for the first time since John Glenn was sent up to orbit this planet, America cannot put a person into space without asking the Russians to do it? That we're not investing in the young generation of Americans? That we're willing to lose the race for artificial intelligence to the Chinese when China is rising? The China's GDP has quadrupled since 2001, tripled since 2003, doubled since 2009. Do we think that no one in the rest of the world knows all of that about us? For 10 years. For 10 years, Madam President. And now we're here with the government shutdown over his broken promise.
场景10。
People, I guess. It's just so different from Europe, so I would like to see like how people live. I imagine it's to be a lot different from Europe.
Many million people, I will have problem to recognize them. Who is who?
Friendly people, it was nice, very good food actually. The Chinese restaurants in Sweden are not anything compared to the real ones, of course, in China.
Everybody seems kind of kind, you know, a calm and nice place, you know.
The culture, the food, language.
It seems very nice. The food, the people, very energetic.
Something that Chinese people can do that American people cannot do.
I was going to say speak Mandarin.
Speak Chinese.
Speak Chinese.
Speak Chinese for the most part.
I think they get along better with each other than we do, yeah.
They definitely play table tennis as a culture, it seems, better than Americans as a whole.
Math.
Not all American people can use chopsticks.
Courtesy at the highest level, on a societal level.
Societal level. Yeah, that's deep. So, other than the Great Wall, name 2 famous sort of scenic tourist spots in China?
The buns in Shanghai, the tower that has the balls on it. That's a good one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
The Oriental Pearl Tower?
Yes, that one.
Terracotta, is that?
Terracotta Warriors.
Warriors, yeah.
Forbidden Palace and the Temple of Heaven. The Forbidden City.
The Imperial City in Beijing.
Terracotta Soldiers.
I thought that was at the palace.
That's in
Oh, okay. The Olympic compound.
This just means I'll have to take a trip to China because I have no idea.
Don't know.
The Buddhist temples. Is that right? Tiananmen Square.
The Forbidden City. The Warrior Palace, I believe that is called.
Victoria Peak.
Victoria Peak.
Forbidden City. Temple of Heaven.
What about the Terracotta?
场景11。
Oh, stop it. In China alone, they have 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail. America has none. Our fastest train is the train that goes around the zoo. China sees a problem, and they fix it. They build a dam. We debate what to rename it.
场景12。
Can't be right. And I was looking into this earlier and just wondering, for the sake of argument, how the Chinese do these things. And I noticed that they were able to build a whole new station in the space of 9 hours by flooding it with thousands of workers. We should be much more imaginative about getting infrastructure in quickly instead of condemning people.
场景13。
Quizás el país más conocido o por lo menos que está en mayor crecimiento económico, sin duda.
La población, también por ejemplo, un tema destacado es el tema de que pueden tener un solo hijo y después, si no, tienen que pagar una multa.
Lo único que también, aparte que hay tigres y a mí me encantan los tigres. Tigres. Pero está cerca al lado de Rusia.
No dejan que cambien muchas tradiciones en ese sentido. No sé, me surge gente inteligente, intelectual en ese sentido. No tan deportista, pero intelectual.
Tradiciones como un poco extrañas. No sé, el otro día justo me llegó una solicitud de que en Yulin hacen algo así como una matanza de perros.
No, yo conozco a alguien que estuvo un año viviendo en China, estaba estudiando chino, y contaba que...
场景14。
Old people singing and very good.
The Chinese people are very open, very smile.
Actually seeing the dam on the Yangtze River is just amazing, and the feat that and how long it took for you to be able to do that. So yeah, and it's obviously saved a lot of lives.
I think the thing that strikes me more than anything is the amount of investment that's going on in the country, the amount of construction, the public transport, the infrastructure, the roads and all this sort of thing. Phenomenal.
场景15。
Population from poverty to the middle class, and mostly cornered the market in 5G and pharmaceuticals. Oh, and they bought Africa. Their new Silk Road initiative is the biggest infrastructure project in history, indebting not just that continent, but large parts of Asia, Europe, and the Middle East to the people who built their roads, bridges, and ports. If you want to go anywhere in the world these days...
场景16。
You know, if you look at those three phrases that the secretary used, competitive when it should be, collaborative when it can be, adversarial where it must be, I would say it's 2/3 similar to what the Trump folks were using. You know, they were adversarial and they were competitive. That was the fundamental kind of where they landed, I guess, at the end of their administration when it came to their framing on China. We're going to take them on. We can't afford to work with them on anything. We're going to use all the rhetoric we have to make them look like the bad guys on the world stage, right? The third, that's the different part here, which is extremely noteworthy, is the collaborative part. And that's going to be really interesting because I think we've already seen that it's adversarial. We've already heard them talk about competitive. We haven't seen any collaboration yet. And, you know, realistically, in Washington, the Biden administration knows that they have a tremendous amount of pressure on.
场景17。
都是骑自行车，
然后因为我记得我有一次看了一个新闻，然后大家都是穿那个蓝色的衣服大家都是骑自行车，我还以为我到了中国就会这样。
50、60年代的那个
，50、60也有70年。
对中国的印象，真的是这10年发生了很大的改变。因为当时我来中国，当时我告诉我爸，我在大学的时候学中文，我爸非常反对。他说中国是发展中国家，他说你学就是对不起哈大家哈，他说中国是发展中国家，你学这个语言没有用处。然后我记得当时我告诉了我美国那边的朋友要去中国，他们说小心，很危险。
大家老姜，好几年没看到你，我说对，然后你在哪生活？我在中国生活。
中国在哪里？
中国是吗？啊，好，再喝一杯。就这样的，知道吗？
对。
但是现在我回去，他们说，你在中国生活，
完全可以。